In this video, I will audit a Shopify brand that is making from 200 to 300,000 euro per month, see exactly what they're doing on Meta, see what can be improved, and see what type of major mistakes they're making. Let's dive in. So first, I'm gonna take a look into the campaigns that are spending the most and go one by one. So let's start with the second campaign. It spent 6,700 euro. And the first thing that I see is ad set budgets with a couple of different targeting options. And let's open the first one. We're gonna sort the ads by ad spend, and based on what I can see immediately, all of these are having pretty high CPA, and it doesn't make sense to spend like 2,600 for 70 euro CPA and keeping it active. So the first thing that I would say is that they're using too many ads in the ad set, and this is a mistake because you can't properly test. You should not spend 3,000 to 4,000 in a testing campaign by just testing a few creatives. What works way better is for you to separate on ad set level, and to show you an example on how we usually do it in our agency is this is a campaign that is for testing. And what you'll be able to see is that most of the audiences are broad and we're just testing the creative. So the idea here is to find what is working great, and then what is working great, we're gonna take it and we're gonna use it in our Advantage Plus campaign, which is having most of the budget. But in this example, like we have many creatives that we launched, and you can see the start dates. So all of these are new. And in each one of these ad sets, we just have one creative that works way better compared to using 10, 15 creatives in an ad set in which you are testing. So let's open the second ad set that they're using. It's using lookalike audience, but here again, we have the same mistake. We have a creative that spent almost 2,000 euro on 60 euro CPA, which is way too high. So they should deactivate it much faster and focus their budget into the second creative, which is doing much better. But again, they're using way too many ads in this ad set. So let's open the next campaign. It's Advantage Plus campaign, and as soon as we open it, what we're able to see is that they're having different creatives. And this is pretty good, to be honest, but what I see here is that they're using the exact same creatives that they were using in their ad set budgets. So this is not really a clear way of you scaling what is working well. They're just using the same type of content and not scaling the winners, which is not how you should do it. You should be testing in your ad set budgets, see what works, and then you upload that in Advantage Plus. This works way better. With this one, I don't really have many notes. They have deactivated the creative that is having high CPA. But again, in my opinion, it's a little bit too late. You should not spend 1,300 euro before you decide if it's good or not, especially when you have a creative which is having 2 times higher ROI. So in my opinion, it should be done faster. So let's take a look at the next one. It's again Advantage Plus campaign that they're using. And here, what is visible is that they have the exact same creatives, but also they have a creative which spent 500 euro with very high CPA. I think in this account, based on the data, if you have an ad with 200 euro of spend and you haven't achieved your target ROI, then it should be immediately deactivated. It doesn't make sense to spend 500 before you make a decision based on the account CPA, which is like 50 euro. If you want to be conservative, you can even like turn off on 150, which is 3 times of the current CPA, but 4 times is also good. But like the current case of almost like 10 times is definitely not ideal, and it shouldn't be done like that. Especially when you have creatives like this one with 22 euro CPA, it makes way more sense for you to prioritize that creative and give it the opportunity to spend. And even in this case, what I would do is I would even turn off the second one, which is having 45 euro CPA, and just focus on this one because it's just doing really well. So let's take a look at the next campaign that they're running. Again, here they're using ad set budgets, they're using interest targeting, lookalike, and so on. So let's open the first one, which is already deactivated. And here again, the same mistake, I would say. They're just overspending before they make a decision on what exactly should be active and what not. So I would definitely try to make faster decisions. It's going to improve ROI significantly. I'm not sure what is the cadence into the optimization here, which I'm gonna check shortly, but again here they have too many creatives that are not tested and they're running the same setup just for different country. I mean, overall using Advantage Plus is good, but I think they're missing just one piece before that in actually testing the creatives that you're gonna put in Advantage Plus campaign. And here the creative that is doing the best is deactivated, even while it's 35 euro CPA, so I would definitely get it back on and just deactivate these three creatives here, which are having 46, 54, 71. I think these should be definitely deactivated. And for us to take a look at the history, see what's going on. And here what we're able to see is that the current team that is managing this is not slacking. They are optimizing pretty frequently, but they're just not making the right decisions based on the data, which I would highly advise to be done. And the first step would be honestly looking at last 7 days, then going campaign by campaign, looking at the data and just turning off creatives that are not performing. Like this one, for example, it doesn't make any sense to spend 400 euro for one order based on the account data. This should be deactivated much faster. And if we take a look at other campaigns, my guess would be that the same thing is happening. And when you're spending like 10 to 15,000 euro per week, even like 20% difference is a lot of money that can be saved by just turning off ads that are losers, which is not something very hard to do for sure. And in this example here, for last 7 days, this ad is having 50 euro CPA. So it could be definitely deactivated, so the budget can be distributed to these three ads, I would say, like these two ones, and you can activate this one and take down the second one. So there is a lot of room for improvement based on what I see. And I don't see a lot of remarketing ads, so I'm not sure why, but using remarketing will also make a lot of sense. And also trying to use less campaigns. I think they're using way too many campaigns based on the budget they're spending. And to give you an example on how this should be done, we have an account in which we are spending like 1,000 per day. And here we have just 4 campaigns, from which one of it is deactivated. It didn't work well, so we took it down. But we have basically a campaign in which we are testing. So here we are testing the creatives. We see what works, what doesn't. And then based on this data, we take our winning creatives and then we duplicate them in our Advantage Plus campaign. And then we monitor what exactly is going on like day-to-day basis, and we make adjustments based on the budget. In this account, our target is below 42 euro. So we're looking what exactly is below that target and keep it live. As soon as we get a creative that is above that target, we're gonna deactivate it. And in the account that we're currently making an audit, the same thing needs to be applied. But also they're using way too many campaigns. And I think it would make sense, even if you advertise in 10 countries, to have just 3 types of campaigns. A testing campaign, Advantage Plus campaign, and a remarketing campaign. It doesn't make any sense for you to use more than that. If you have a brand that is selling, let's say, t-shirts, hoodies, I don't know, something else, then you can have the same setup for each type of collection. But if you have just one primary product or one primary collection, then 3 campaigns is more than enough. So yeah, what you can do is just go through your account, look at your ad sets, see what is working and what is not, and then look at your ads, see what exactly is going on there. See if you have ads that are spending hundreds or thousands of euros or dollars that are not making any sense because they have higher CPA than your target, and just deactivate them. And if you do that consistently, your ROI will go up, you will make more sales, and you will make more profit. And if you have any questions, just drop them below this video and I will get back to you. Consider subscribing and I will see you in the next one.